Hello all, good afternoon, good evening and good night and welcome to the final round of the Les Rawlings Dash for Cash. We are at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium, and it looks like the weather god has played some nasty tricks and we are in for some wet weather. It's going to make things interesting. 36 laps around one of the best circuits in the world. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be exciting. Joining me for tonight is Neil. Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Yeah, good. Yourselves?
Very well.
Good
And on
evening,
visuals
everyone.
tonight, we have the ever-present Sugar.
Hello.
Hey, Sugar.
G'day. Thanks for having me. This should be an interesting race. It's looking pretty wet out there at the what's it called? The circuit of Spa-Francorchamps.
Francorchamps.
I've just brought the track up. So you know, like every week we like to do the name that corner. There's a lot of corners here.
Name that corner.
And a few straights.
There are.
Do you want who wants to have a go first? Actually, just tell me what you know.
Where do you want to start?
I wouldn't have a clue, so don't bother asking me.
What about turn one?
Turn one is La Sauce.
La Sauce, that's right. In English, it's the sauce.
La Sauce.
But,
La Sauce. That's what she.
That's right. Now, I did know Eau Rouge. I know you know Eau Rouge.
Yeah, Radion.
And then...
Yeah, Radion and Eau Rouge. Then you have the Camel Straight.
Okay, yeah.
And then you have the little chicane up there is called Les Combs or
Yeah.
Les Combs.
I think that's my favourite country artist, Luke Combs'
Yeah.
brother.
And then Brussels or Boxels, I think, is the next one. The big looping
Yeah,
downhill
the little
hairpin.
little hairpin. Bruxelles.
Little hairpin, yeah.
You've missed the one,
and-
turn 7 before it, Malmedy. Apparently.
Then you have Poo-on, which is what happens in your pants when you get that wrong. You poo on
Okay,
yourself.
I haven't got poo on here. Is poo on? Is that turn 10 and 11?
That's turn 12.
12.
It's the big double
Oh,
right-hander,
Okay.
or double left-hander as you come down the hill.
Oh, okay, all right. So I've got that as 10 and
Yeah.
11.
Yeah,
That's right,
Campus,
Oh, yeah, campus.
Stavia.
You know a lot of these. You know these names, which is good that you're going to be doing all the commentating because at least you'll know where we are.
Yeah, then you have the Paul Pierre Straight. And then
Are these named after
down
people who
into-
died on the corners, or is this just
Most likely.
really?
And then you have the chicane coming down
Right.
into the start finish straight.
Right. Creatively
So,
named that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, very creative.
Yeah.
Belgium's, very, very,
Creative
very
with the
original
naming.
with their names.
Yeah. Now I'll bring
It's
up
like
the
Like the
leaderboard.
Japanese, they just call their quarters numbers.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, hang on. I've got a thing here. It's not round 2. Where are we? Round 3. Just fix that one. Round 3. Here we are. So,
3.
oh, hang on. It's not round 8 either. It's round 9. Let me just fix that one. Oh, that one too. It was 4:30 this morning that I was trying to pump all this in. So, excuse me for that. So what we've got here, and Republic of Speed for Reezy has jumped back up to the top after last week's. Do we call it shenanigans or just efforts? So
His double race win and
that's
fastest
the
lap.
one. Absolutely,
Sweet.
yeah. He smashed it. He did. I mean, he's definitely a quick dude. So we've got Farisi with 63 in first. We've got Not Bad Thanks, also known as Nux or Knuckles, with 60 points in second. We've got Brutal coming third with 51 points. We've got Stefco with 48 points in fourth. We've got MCDC in fifth with 45 points. We've got Swinger and Baker Boy. I'm pretty sure last week they were sharing position as well. So sixth equal. We've got Swinger and Baker Boy with 42 points each. In eighth, we've got Zoo with 39 points. We've got Almonds in ninth with 33 points. Euthrolic Straw in 10th with 31. And C1 Parrot with 18 points. I think he's missed a race, didn't he? And Bummy Cakes, who we've just got his name in there, but he actually is not interested in the money. He just likes the kudos.
I think we're going to have to get this one cracked off. I think we're going to have to get them to reset the room.
Yep.
And go from there.
And reverse grid tonight, guys, on the championship order. So
Yeah, so Farisi and Nux going from the final row of the grid, which will be super interesting.
Yeah, we're Brutal and Stefko just in front. So
yeah. So that's yeah. So what do we? I mean, yeah. Are we going to see a bit of carnage with these fast guys squeezing through, or do you think they'll take their time? I mean, it is 36 laps. Do you think they'll just take their time, try and make sure that they've got so yeah, make sure that they've got their tyre strategies correct, and then just work in and work their way through. Because that's going to be the big thing, right? Getting your tyre strategy.
This is going to be the most important thing here. It's very critical that this race is going to come down to who is on the right tyre at the correct time as we just get the room reset.
And no compulsory tyres this week, guys. So unlike the other weeks, most of the season we've had set tyres. Not this one.
No mandatory tyre.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we are just getting the reverse grid set, and these guys are going to be off and running very, very shortly. No qualifying this week, so we can't follow anyone around for a lap. That's a bit disappointing.
Well, we can. They'll just be driving. They'll be racing.
Have a look at the rain meter, guys. It's creeping up a little bit already.
Now, where can you see that? I can't see.
When you come on board with one of the cars in the pit.
Okay. Oh, because they'll have it already set up, have they? Okay.
Yeah, see the moisture level there, just above the first line. So, who's going to brave it? Who's going to?
Looks like Swinger and Baker so far are going to go the intermediates. The rest are a combination of medium and soft.
Got mediums, got freezies on softs.
They haven't kicked off quali yet, have they? No.
There's no quali.
Nope.
Oh,
Reverse
of course,
grid.
no quali. Oh, yeah, of course. We were just talking about that.
And MCDC.
The rain starts to tumble down a little bit harder just prior to the start.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be super interesting.
I think Mr. Les is foxing a bit here. He's flicking between intermediates and mediums there.
Well, it's locked in now.
He's not sure. Yeah.
Alright. So we're ready to go. Got a combination of tyres, but I think we need to get on board with someone like maybe Zoo or Baker.
Yeah, Baker and MCDC on intermediates.
Who's jumped? Someone's jumped. We're off. We're off and racing. One of the Mercedes has jumped there. I think that was MCDC.
Oh, no.
Jumped the start. Hydraulics off to a great start there.
That's right. It's a long race.
Through Radion and Arouge in the McLaren. A couple of guys there getting pushed out a little wide. Gonna have to be careful on the grass there, guys. It's a little bit damp. Armin's down the inside early. Let's get that big BMW wound up. Gets past the McLaren into the chicane here. A little tap there from Hydraulic. He's not giving it up. Tap back there as the rain starts to tumble down. So these guys are going to have to be so careful. You're going to have to tiptoe around here as Hydraulic runs a little wide there through turn one. Zoo's made a great effort there in third.
Is there a bit of argy-bargy going on at the back there?
Nux has made up some places. He's up into fifth already.
So you can see Baker Boy and MCDC falling back a little bit on their intermediates, but if it falls, as it's starting to, they'll gain it back very quickly.
Yeah, MCDC did jump the start there as well, so he's fallen all the way back. He was actually in the mid-pack and he's fallen all the way back to last. We have Armin's out in front there. The King Peanut himself.
And he loves this weather. He doesn't mind a bit of rain.
No, he doesn't mind sliding the car around Armin's. He's good with low traction, so it'll be interesting to see as that rain creeps ever so closely up to the changeover point. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with these guys, whether the rain eases off or continues on.
Would you stay out or pit this lap if you're on slicks?
No, I think you've probably made your bed. I think you have to kind of just stay on it. I don't think you can afford to. I think the pit lane loss is so long here. It's over a minute.
Whoa, really?
So it's
wow.
Yeah, that extra pit stop is going to really be detrimental. But the guys on slicks are going to have to be super careful.
I think Brutal just made a nice move on Farisi.
He got the switchback.
Yeah.
I think he got by the corner before, and then he's just said, "No, not today, mate."
Yeah.
The Supra is going to wind up on that McLaren, but it has the straight line speed advantage.
Oh,
It
look at that.
breezes past the McLaren
Yeah.
like it's standing still. Brutal might come back here under the draft at the end of the straight, but no, Freezy, nicely done there. That Supra has got some long legs down the Camel Straight.
I knew I should have put a livery on a Supra as well.
Well, it's not too late. You just have to put it in the livery approval.
Close race. 2 seconds covers the top 4 so far.
Wow.
The rain is starting to ease off. Looks like the brave slick runners look like they may have taken the advantage here. Let's have a look and see if anyone is on the intermediate tyre at all.
There was one or two, wasn't there, from what I saw?
Baker Boy and
And
MCDC.
MCDC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't pitted.
Yeah,
They're
back.
staying out in hope that it's going to rain that bit more.
We're actually missing some people, aren't we? There's only nine races tonight.
But the big King Peanut out in front in the
Look at him go.
M-Spec BMW. Beautiful livery there. These are all, by the way, World Endurance Championship inspired liveries. So they're all from different periods of endurance racing.
Oh,
As
Zoo
Zoo's
down the inside.
inside of your hydraulic. Doesn't quite get it done. That Porsche is a little bit tricky to get through that chicane at times.
He revved it out hard too, the Porsche. He had it bouncing on the rev limiter in 5th gear, trying to get by.
So yeah, so he's fallen a little bit back now, and that's put him in the clutches of Swinger and Nux. Now, coming up onto the Camel Straight, Nux is pushing Swinger up to the Rouge, and already on there.
Zoo's got by.
Yeah, getting pushed by the Supra, just pulls out and dances on past the Porsche.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, wow.
That thing is rapid in a straight line, but Sue's got the inside line but can't quite get it done. Got to defend now from Nux as Farizi's ranging up onto the back of Nux. Now all Farizi's got to worry about is keeping Nux in his sights. 3 points ahead, and the way the points are structured, it's 1 point, I believe, per position difference.
Yeah.
So he's just got to finish within 2.
So being a Super Enduro,
In-
is it not? It's not double points.
I don't believe so.
Okay,
Would
interesting.
love to have seen it be double points. That would have made things extremely interesting for the guys, you know, just trailing the leaders or
Yeah.
in the mid pack. But no, I don't believe they are doing double points for this one. But
Oh,
it's unfortunate, but I think they're just doing it as per normal, which
Right.
means 1 point per position change.
right.
So Farizi's just got to stay within 2 positions of Nux, and he will take home the cashola.
I don't think he'll be in any mood to wait around though, judging by the last 2 rounds. I think he'll be keen to get by and stamp his authority on the round.
And I got to say,
Yeah,
so I was going to say the cash in Indonesia, the Australian dollars in Indonesia is going to be worth quite a bit.
he's gonna be a
He'll be a
millionaire.
millionaire.
next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's like, he's gonna buy a house or something.
Yeah, I reckon.
But he's got Armands out in front there. He's pulled out a almost 2.5 second gap. Just fresh air. He's out doing his thing. A nice time there, a 2:23 on mediums. It's a nice time in the Beamer. Swinger.
Well, Baker's gone in.
Along by Zoo.
Baker's going.
I think you reckon there's some tactics between the unofficial teammates here with Swinger and Nux.
Push each other along.
He backs Zoo back a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Farizi's shown the nose down the inside, but pulls out at the last second. I think Nux is going to try and do everything he can to try and put some gap between him and Farizi, but all Farizi's got to do is stick on his bumper and stay there for the whole race, and it's an easy win. So it's going to be up to Nux to now to try and get some people in between him and Farizi to try and get the job done. But
and already there's not a massive, but a little fuel gain between Farizi and Nux already in the favour of Farizi. So
yeah, or Farizi can just sit there and short shift and get pulled along by the toe and just chill out and relax and let Nux do all the work. So I think this might be a strategy we're seeing here from Farizi, where he's just not going to be overly aggressive, but just kind of stick with Nux. I mean, this is what I would do if I was him. But as I say that, he's put right up behind Nux now. He's backed off a little, giving him some space for the braking zone, which is very, very smart.
just picked up as well, guys, that both Baker and MCDC have pitted as well. So MCDC's come out on the soft tyre and Baker on mediums. And MCDC's under field as well, so he might be thinking the rain's going to come in sort of in the next 8 laps maybe by the look of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
trying to make up some of that lost time he made on the...
Yeah, interesting strategy to underfill at this early. But yeah, we'll see.
I guess the tyres are only going to last that sort of 6 to 8 laps, so in the soft tyre, so there's no point having extra fuel on.
Oh, and if it rains with the right timing, you'll be a superstar. So
Yeah, he can definitely make up some time. Make up some time on the guys in front if he gets it right. As the gap's closing up the front there, it's down to under a second. Swinger, Zoo, Farizi's gotten past Nux. We've missed that.
Ooh.
Definitely would have been down the Camel Straight with the top speed of that
Toyota.
Supra.
Yeah.
Brutal out sort of in 6th place there, kind of all by himself, followed by Uthrolic, and then MCDC and Baker in 8th and 9th. But yeah, MCDC's pulling away there. It looks to crack on those soft tyres and make up some time. But LP Armands out in front, holding the field, showing them a clean pair of heels at the moment. A great effort by the Div 3 driver who's been promoted up into Div 1, leading the field for the last 5 laps. The Div 1 boys are chasing him down, but at the moment he's holding station and he's doing very, very well. He squirms that big BMW down to a halt into the chicane, comes around onto the straight down to La Sauce. I wonder what kind of sauce La Sauce is.
Yeah.
Is it like La Tomato sauce or La Barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
It says evening. We got a couple of guys in the chat. Evening. Evening, gentlemen. And Wrestler says Div 3 bully. minutes.
Yeah.
And you got DJ Swinger, aka Les, in second, the Div 1.5 driver.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, with the fastest lap as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's definitely got
Trying to
that
hold on
big
to that money.
Toyota. He
Ooh,
pulls
down the
on
inside.
the inside of Almonds with the overspeed from the draft. Nice move there from Swinger. Almonds comes back at him, but he won't be one to give up that place very easily.
Also got a bit of movement going on with Zoo and Farisi.
Farisi. Not
Zoo's
what
back
Farisi
down the
needs.
inside.
Farisi got out in that grass and nearly looped it.
Yeah.
And Nux is back
She's got
down the
Nux in
outside
front.
of him. Oh, get to back.
That is not what Farisi needs to be doing. Bit of a puckering moment there for the Republic of Speed driver. As Swinger out in front now in that Supra, stretching the legs. See how far he can clear out in front of Almonds. Is the Nissan still OP? Don't know. No Nissans in this one, so
No Nissans.
Yeah, we've only got limited choice for this round. I think it was Supra, BMW, Mercedes, McLaren, and Porsche. I think were the cars available. I'm not missing any, am I?
I think that was it. Just the 5.
Yeah. So yeah, had to choose from that list of cars. So no GTR.
No.
Much to DJ Swinger's disgrace and dismay, couldn't drive the GTR, but he's not doing too bad in the Supra, out leading the way there, just under a second out in front. So Farisi's out on that AstroTurf, he's just wringing that thing's neck, taking a few too many risks. We just have to wait and see the race has kind of settled down into a bit of a wait and see kind of pattern at the moment, to see what the weather's going to do.
Yeah, I just come back to looking at P7 there with Straw. He's in a battle for P6 with Brutal. He's was obviously started, I think, up near P2, but he's battling on in P7 at the moment. He's got 44 seconds back to MCDC.
Oh, he's got a run.
He gets a great run up through a Rouge.
Looks like Brutal went into auto mode, maybe. Something happened to him then.
He gave him the
Drives
indicator, didn't
fast.
he? Or was there?
Oh, indicated.
He indicated
Let
to
him
the
pass.
left, I think. Yeah, let him through.
Yeah, not sure what that's about, but the
Yeah, I
two
reckon.
McLaren drivers.
Probably smart at this time if he thinks he's catching him fairly quick.
Yeah.
Just lap 7 of 36. Best to survive and just try and stay in his clip and continue on.
Might be trying to save a little fuel.
He does have a slight fuel advantage on him, so
MCDC's out doing fastest laps there of a 2:19.429 on the
nice.
soft tyre with low fuel, and he's just gone purple through sector 1 again. So he's making up quite a bit of time on the drivers in front of him. He'll be praying for rain in the next sort of 3 or 4 laps, because if he has to stop again, it might chew up some of that advantage he's made on being on the soft tyre.
I do love the way the rain has really made things interesting in this race. Just the mystery of whether it's coming or not. It's
definitely coming. That's 100% for sure.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how it arrives and when.
Yeah.
Is the question.
and it has changed a lot. So.
It has, yeah. We've had some really interesting scenarios in the practice races, and they don't seem to be very similar. There's been a lot of differentiation between lobbies, even lobbies with the same host. So it's been very interesting as Zoo gets in the inside of Armands coming down the Camel Straight. Porsche got the legs. The BMW's just got a little bit more straight line speed, but Zoo's got the inside run. Armands, he's through on Armands there. Armands fights back coming through the circuits.
And Farisi was back down the inside of Nux as well at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Behind there. So Farisi back to P4. Battles everywhere.
Yep.
No, he's giving Armands.
He's harassing the big BMW. The Bavarian masterpiece that is the M6.
Oh, here we go. SVG defends. Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
You're not going to let him go easily. He goes, come on, mate. Got to work for it.
Certainly not doing Armands any favours there, was he?
No, Armands is playing the game. So.
Yeah, it's not his first rodeo. So he'll make that BMW as wide as humanly possible. Comes down.
And as you say, with only 1 point per position, Farisi's got to be smart here, long race.
Yeah.
You don't want to get into a big tangle and go off.
Can't afford to do anything silly and get, run the risk of going into the steward's room and potentially getting a penalty.
Yes, so that would definitely make the difference.
All your passes are going to have to be super clean in this race with the points being so close together.
So he needs to be. What is the gap? It's like is it 3 points? Yeah.
So he needs to be two positions.
So as long as Farisi is at least within, at least if he gets a podium, if he comes third, then he should be okay.
If he comes third and Nux wins, they'll be tied, and Nux will win it on countback.
That's only a 2 point difference, wouldn't it? He'd have to be fourth for 3 points.
No, sorry. Yeah, he has to be.
If Nux gets the best.
Yeah, the fastest lap.
Fastest lap, yeah.
So if they're tied on points, whoever finishes in front whoever has the highest finishing position.
Well, looks like
Farisi's down the outside.
Yeah.
Armands goes.
Not letting him have it for free. You're gonna have to work for it, buddy.
Ooh.
Gets the move done.
It was nicely done.
And he lets Nux go, but
he's going. Oi,
bit of wheel to wheel love there.
Yeah. He goes, it's up to you now, Nux. Get on with it.
I did the best I could.
Yeah. You had your chance, mate. Yeah.
He's got a swing around in front there. 1.2 second lead. Zoo's gotten a great run down the straight. Down the through the second sector there, where the Porsche's really strong through that second sector, down through the circuits and Pouon and into the chicanes here. The Porsche's really strong through this sector, but the Subaru is going to open its throttle up on this back straight and should be able to pull back away from the Supra, from the Porsche. But that Porsche is really strong through that second sector, through the middle of the track.
I'll tell you one thing, what's noticeable, Farisi's definitely managed to be able to come through and save a fair bit of fuel. And also the McLarens, Brutal and Straw, back in 6th and 7th, they're a bit back, but they've definitely got quite a fuel advantage on all the other cars. So, interesting. It's early in the race.
Is he going around again? He's going into the pits.
And Swinger's in too.
Swinger in too.
So what tyre do you put on? This is the question, right?
Mediums, I reckon. Hard to know though. You could take a gamble. You could take a gamble and go softs, but if it doesn't rain till that 19, you're going to be in a world of trouble.
Yep.
Well, hey, if you get away with it, you'll be the winner. So we'll see. And if it rains like it did the other race, lap 11, we'll see.
Yeah. Stu and Farisi. Yeah, Farisi's had the benefit of being able to stick behind that pack and save a whole heap of fuel. Now he's just got purple through the first sector now that he's out in front in some clean air. So I'll have to see what he can do lap time wise.
Swinger has
And
not filled
Brutal's
up.
back in front of Straw.
Swinger's only put in 85 laps, 85%, and so is Not Bad Thanks. Is that a glitch?
No, they're just feeling to when the
feeling.
rain will come, when they think the rain will come. So they're just putting in enough fuel
Or enough
to where they
for
think it'll rain.
soft tyres?
Uh,
Oh no, because they're in
both
mediums, aren't
mediums.
they? Yeah. Oh,
Still mediums, but just...
No, Armands has picked up a 3-second penalty coming out of pit lane.
Oh no.
Very, very easy to do. Have to be super cautious.
And he's short field too to get in front of Nux as well. So,
Oh,
yeah, bad luck. So easy to do on in this pit lane to get a 3-second penalty. Doesn't take
Yeah, you
much
get
at all.
released, the car gets released back to your control really early and you have quite a few twisty bits to negotiate.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's if you haven't practiced it, you're probably gonna get a penalty somewhere.
oh
Weather
great.
update. Wrestler was after a weather update. Well, we can't really see the weather, mate, but it does appear to be clouding over. But we can't really see as Zoo hits the pit lane and Freezy goes around again.
Well, you can't.
We do know from practice lobbies, Wrestler, it has rained around lap 12ish sometimes. Otherwise, sort of 16 to 19, but we'll see. Breezy around again.
Yeah.
And Brutal. Straws in the pits. Put him on it.
Brutal's a big
Yeah.
tank slapper out of the source. Nearly looped it.
Oh, the wiper blades are going
Yeah.
on Brutal's car.
Got some. We've got some water coming in.
It'll be interesting. We'll see what Zoo puts on his car, because
Oh, the
Swinger
guys who
and
have
everybody
just
came out of
pitted
mediums,
will be
didn't they?
Absolutely fuming.
They
They're
will
still
be.
sitting in the pit lane. Have already selected their tyres.
So
Let's see what they do. Zoo
Brutal and Freezy might have timed this perfectly. We'll see as the lap goes on, but
even
still
Zoo.
not hard
What is
enough
Zoo?
yet to pit.
Yeah, true.
What is Zoo and Uthrolic going to come out on? Are they going to come out on wets, inters, softs? Zoo gets released. He's on intermediates.
Inters.
Uthrolic still in the pit, filling it to the tippy top. He's going to come out on... Waiting. Longest pit lane ever.
Oh, he stayed on mediums.
He stayed on mediums.
Ooh.
That could be a big mistake there from Uthrolic.
Either that or
That
it was a
said,
glitch.
maybe
I
the
don't know.
right one. Look, the wiper blades have stopped again, so who knows? Huh. It was about where it rained earlier, but who knows? It comes in so quick, it's very hard to judge, but
Yeah,
and this
without being
quickly
able
too.
to, without being able to see the actual driver radar, it's very difficult to see. But Farisi will be in this lap
And what's the pit loss, Viper?
like a minute.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at DJ Springer to Farisi's 52 seconds currently when he entered the pits.
Oh yeah, that'll
So
be
we'll
good.
see what happens here.
Brutal will be in this lap as well.
And what tyres do you reckon they go on?
I don't know.
Well, back on mediums maybe.
It will just depend on what the weather radar looks like. I mean, you could go softs for 6. If you think the rain's going to come, like lap, 17, 18. If you think it's going to go sooner, you can go intermediates and hope you don't burn them out before the rain comes. I don't know. It's tricky.
Armands just flew past Zoo for P5 there. Nothing Zoo could do about it on those intermediates at this point.
So I'm just looking at Swinger. What was he?
Pit lane.
52 seconds behind Farisi. Farisi's about to come out. Oh, but
Farisi's
Farisi's only
coming out
taken 90
on-
litres.
Yeah, 90 litres. Wonder if he might
But
have
that's still...
opted for a soft tyre.
Wow, interesting. Oh no, Freezy's in
medium.
front. Oh no, Swinger's in front. Wow. So that is over 52 seconds with 80 litres. With what? How many?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Or is that Farese off
Yeah.
the track? I think Farese just went off the track.
Oh, no.
Coming up the hill there.
Oh, did he?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Nux is by.
Flying past.
Maybe.
Farese tries to close somewhere. The door, but can't. No.
Nux is underfield there to jump in.
He might have just hit a little puddle or something, which has upset that Supra.
Yeah, both Swinger and Nux have underfield by a lot to get the track position there.
Yeah, they were.
He's topped it up to 90%.
That was exactly 85 litres. Yeah.
Before their fuel gets critical. So now we've got Swinger out to a 5-second lead. You've got Nux and Farese resuming their rivalry. Armands is into 4th, also on the medium tyre. Intermediates are cooked. That's a lap and they're already a quarter gone.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
Armands is not known to look after his tyres, though, is he? That's why he can't have nice things.
No, that's Zoo. He's on intermediates and he's nearly...
Oh, Zoo.
He's like he's a lap in and they're already almost half
so...
Oh, right.
Armands has pulled 5 seconds on him in a lap, pretty much.
Wow.
So what I said, this race is going to come down to being on the right tyre at the right time.
And unfortunately for Armands, he also had a 3-second penalty amongst that as well, from when he exited the pit. So he would have been quite a lot closer to Farese with that short fill had he have...
so you're thinking Zoo will come in,
that
no?
pit error.
Oh no, he'll just stick with his tyres and hope like hell it rains.
The pit loss is so bad here. It's...
I think you just got to run until they're gone, then pit. I think it's not worth... especially at this point at lap 13, you can stretch it to a couple more. Yeah, hard one.
You think
you're going to... Go ahead, Sugar.
I was going to say, do you think maybe Zoo was meaning to hit mediums but went intermediate?
No, I think he would have been thinking of the race we had earlier at poured rain around lap 11, I think. So he would have been expecting it, which is hard. The more you practice, sometimes you're probably better just to watch the radar, do a few laps, and just send it and see what happens. You may do better if you can just because what happened earlier doesn't necessarily mean on the same day. Different race, it's going to be the same. So. But I'd say that's why he did it though, expecting that it would rain. Same as Baker at the start. He would have thought, similar to our other lobbies, that may have rained at the start, a bit heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had a practice lobby earlier today, and it rained for the first must have been 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah.
And it just was constant. It was light, but it was constant. It was definitely you couldn't definitely be on slicks. You definitely had to be on intermediates. And
it's a weird track in a sense that, especially with the sunlight at the end, it dries out extremely quick. But that said, some of the verges are still bloody wet. So it's you can be tricked into spinning it very easily.
Especially if you get over the top of the sawtooth ripple. The sawtooth ripples are not too bad, like the red and yellow ones. But if you get over that onto that green concrete, it's rotation time.
Yeah. What do you call them? Sawtooth ripples.
Sawtooth curbs, yeah. They're
make your teeth jiggle.
They're not flat. Farese just goes purple with the fastest lap, following Nux there. Nice little draft from the Mercedes.
I think to your point earlier about Zoo, he's pitting now, but he probably, I think he either had to stay out and cook them till they were gone, or probably should have pitted a couple of laps ago and just got on with it if you were going to pit, because it's hardly likely within the next 4 laps you'll have rain now. So you'll pit again, and Baker had caught him up. So
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
So how do these? Well, only because I haven't really done any practice, but is it like definite rain by what, lap 18? Are you thinking?
it's rain. Yeah, it's like 6, 7, and 8, I think, or 5, 6, and 7.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
it's very heavy rain, in for in the mid to late stages of the race. So,
Right.
and then it's sunny at the end. So.
See, I'm only asking now because when we're racing, you don't answer any of my questions.
I think you just need to run full wets for the whole race just to be safe.
Yeah.
See, at the moment, looking at the weather settings, it's probably around R2, but it'll go to, as you said, Viper, from R2 straight to R5, then 6 and 7. So it'll just progressively get harder and harder.
Yeah.
But then dries out at the end, slowly. But then when the sun comes out, it goes rapidly. So
Zoo copped a penalty coming out of the pit lane as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's going to go from bad to worse for him.
But it's a long race, only lap 14 of 36, hour and a half race. So although it's a long way back now, there's this weather's so unpredictable, as we've seen through the lobbies. So yeah, you wouldn't call it over yet, put it that way.
Yeah, I see Farisi here, harassing Nux and just, showing him the nose and trying to overtake and stuff. But if it's me, I just sit there and watch Nux. There's nothing Nux can do. He's got to be at least 2 cars in front.
Yeah.
Of Farisi and get the fastest lap. So otherwise he's got to be 3 cars in front. So it's.
So strategically, he just needs to sit. He could just sit behind Nux and just stay there.
He could sit behind him and just copy him for the whole race and just do whatever Nux does.
Yeah.
And just sit there and watch him and come across the line and take the series victory. Because it's risky. Like the overtake. If you're going to make an overtake in these conditions, you're going to have to be on the slippery part of the track, and that can be, very dangerous. And if you get off track and you lose some time, you can lose a lot of time trying to get back on track here. The grass is wet.
Well, and even worse, copping a penalty would be even worse. If he gets a Cat 4, Cat 5 penalty.
Yep.
Because he tries something and messes it up. Not that he would, but that's even worse. I mean, that's 5 positions.
Races are races, but,
yeah.
If he sees an opportunity, I don't think he sees it right now. He jumps down the inside.
Yeah.
Coming through the chicane here. Nux is going to have the inside. Then it's going to switch back. Farisi's going to have the inside. He's going to get that done nicely.
Yeah, just.
Oh, and he's just what I mean. Like he's just nearly threw it all away there.
Wow.
Just.
He's going to block.
And now Nux is going to have to make a move now because he can't wait around. So.
And Farisi will block.
Puts him off the racing line onto the slipperier surface, and it's just. Races are races, but we've got like you see a gap, you're gonna take it. Like the minute you don't take a gap, the minute you stop racing, right? So I get it, but it's just so risky for him in the points position he's in.
Oh no, we've seen how the penalties work. Like what is it, 1 to 5 points you can get. So they're bloody. If you hunt someone off, it's going to redress or no redress. It's still going to have a big points penalty. So.
Yeah.
Anything interesting happening down the back? Let's have a look.
Let's go and have a look here. Armands is rolling around in 4th place. Great drive here from the King Peanut.
Yeah.
Throlic and Baker.
Yeah, Straw's made up quite a lot of ground there, actually. He's just been chipping away, and he's got quite a field advantage on Baker as well. So Yeah, been doing a great job catching up there.
MCDC still trying to recover from his incorrect tyre choice at the start of the race. Zoo Brutal's dropped all the way back to 9th. Oh, he went on intermediates.
He's on intermediates now?
He put on intermediates, at his last pit stop.
Oh, well, okay.
And that's
he's
really
regretting that choice.
Yeah, he's just running them until they die.
Well, 15 seconds longer that race.
Yeah, he's going to have to stop anyway.
Oh, they'll be buggered by the time it rains anyway.
Worn intermediates won't handle the amount of water that's coming our way.
Yeah, he's. It looks like he must have had a spin because that was 15 seconds. That last lap was 15
got a half
seconds
second
longer.
penalty, and Nux is a second behind. So we'll see what happens here.
Ooh.
It'll bring Nux in closer, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
Oh, it should be. By the end of the straight.
Nux backs it off.
Gonna get it down the inside. No.
Breezy
runs wide. This is what I'm talking. Just stick behind him and chill, dude. He's giving me palpitations.
You need to be in his pit crew.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby would be disgusted with me, wrestler. You're right. If you're not, if you ain't winning, you're losing. Very, very correct. And that's this. The funny thing about that is I've got a shake and bake sticker on the back wing of my McLaren for reference for when I drove the McLaren in the shake and bake team a few seasons ago with Tombo. So that car has given me PTSD. But I'm back driving it again in this race. So we were famously bopped beyond belief in that season just before the start of the season.
Oh, that was a McLaren?
Yeah, the McLaren was like super OP, and we had a good draft pick and we got the car we wanted. And then we got bopped just before the start of the season.
Nah.
And it was an absolute dog. But yeah, it was always good in the wet, so hence the reason for me choosing it.
Right.
I'd say Baker will be in this lap by the look of it, and MCDC maybe the lap after or 2 laps.
Yeah, that's right. We dominated at Red Bull because it was raining the whole time. It's the only track we did any good at. There were good times, Tombo. Definitely good times. That was the full tuning season. That was it was very interesting.
Oh,
but,
full
DJ
tuning
Swinger
season.
out the front. Yeah, full tuning season. We had 3. That was the season of the infamous Speedy versus Tombo grudge match.
Yeah.
If you jump over to my, I think it's still on my YouTube channel. We streamed it. Hilarious. As DJ Swinger jumps into the pits. Just this again now. What tyres do you put on now?
Oh, jeez.
Like, oh my goodness.
I'm surprised he pitted. I really am.
He's got fuel and tyre to burn. I'm surprised he didn't go around again, unless there's something coming in on the radar that we just can't see.
He's seen the radar.
Yeah, I think he's seen blue coming on the radar and going, I'm in.
I do not want to be a part of that on my slick tyres.
Swinger does a lot of practice, and so he knows when he sees...
Easy around the outside in that Supra, it's just got so much straight line speed.
Yeah, Swinger knows when he looks at the weather radar, he knows what it means. So he might know something that others don't. Let's see what he comes out on.
Armin's in as well, and Baker as predicted.
These guys are definitely seeing something on the radar that we are not privy to. We'll see what Swinger comes down. A Swinger comes down on inters.
Intermediates.
Defuel to the end. Looks like it.
Armin's has only put in 90 litres
in.
and also intermediates.
Baker Boy's in as well.
And Zoo's in. He's getting off these worn intermediates. We'll see. Brutal.
There's
he's around. Brutal.
Brutal's around.
Yeah, that's those
Ollie's.
worn
No.
intermediates. Their back tyres are gone. Like completely gone.
Wow.
Just come on board with him and around he went. Sorry,
that's
Brutal.
Commentator's curse. Oh,
Breezy
yeah.
out in front here.
I'm going to stop watching him.
I'm finding it quite interesting, but yeah, sorry, Brutal.
Limping
We get
into
off
the
from-
pit lane.
Yeah.
I think you might be saying, boys, don't worry about the fuel, just give me a couple of VBs.
Yeah. I'll just sit here for a
If
while.
he's in the pits for a bit, you'll know what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Farizi's in. Oh,
Parisi and
everybody's
Nux will be
in.
in.
They're all seeing the
Yep.
weather radar.
And look at that
They've
fuel
seen
difference
the,
between Nux and Parisi.
The literal
Yeah.
tsunami that is on its
Yeah.
way. Yeah, that's going to translate into a pretty decent gap there once they fuel.
Yeah, does Stroll
Survive.
come in this lap, or does he stay out for another lap?
He's on mediums. I would be very shocked if he stayed out.
He's in.
He's in.
So what you do, you just put on...
CDC will probably has to pit anyway, I would say, by the look of it.
So Swinger's already on his chosen tyres, so... he won't need to pit.
And
Pit.
CDC in. Hurt.
Parisi's out. Nux is still putting fuel in.
Freezy's
Nux
only
is
put an
fueled all the
84.
way to the top.
Interesting, Freezy's only put an 84.
Yeah, what tyres Nux
litres.
gone, you reckon? Inters or wet? Full wet?
Oh, probably intermediates, I would say.
Inters. Okay.
Yeah. But it's going to get very soggy very quickly now, as that extra fuel stop has translated out to an 11-second gap. So very, very, very big gap there has opened up now between Farisi and Nux. Swinger has also dropped down to third place after the fuel stops, after the pit stop.
Yeah, you had the shorter fill in earlier, so. And that's a good thing about these enduros, in that you can adjust your fuel accordingly, but in the end, you've got to have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
got to pay the price at some point, but.
Now it's going to come down to who's going to come off of these wet tyres the soonest and take the risk.
Yeah, who's the bravest?
Yeah. So,
I reckon, could be wrong, but I reckon Armin's is probably one, and maybe Baker wouldn't be too shy to go just that bit earlier, and especially being back a bit, might as well give it a try.
yeah, Armin's definitely. He must have stopped a little earlier for his intermediate tyres looking very heavily worn. Wonder if he did a few laps on the dry track before it started raining on those intermediates, because they are
Yeah, I
looking
think-
very, very, very worn for something that's only gone on in the last lap or so.
He pitted the same lap as Nux, I think, or Swinger. Yeah, Swinger was, and Armin's were a lap earlier, I think, than Nux and Farisi. So they've done one extra lap. So you can see even Swingers are just a little bit more worn as well.
Yep. Chris Tombo's in the chat. They're reminding me that he got his first Div 1 win in the McLaren, and then proceeded to come last in every other Div 1 race that season because the McLaren was so bad, but it was really good in the wet. So I remember that very, very distinctly there. Tombo getting his first Div 1 win. There were celebrations in the shake and bake chat for days afterwards.
Well, Freezy's a bit wide.
Yeah,
he holds onto it.
It's getting very slick. He's coming up against some lap traffic as well. So this is in a race of this length with this much variation in weather, there is always a good chance that you're going to come across some lap traffic, and it can always be a little bit.
So I can I'll just bank on doing 34 laps then.
30 laps.
So remember the short fill at the end, mate.
Yeah.
Fuel for being lapped.
Fuel for 34, absolutely.
Oh, the big slide there for easy.
Yeah, I just come on board with Armands and he was out sideways.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
I knew though, that is his
controller's good on sideways.
That's normal. That's normal procedure for the gig.
Looks like Nux has just come off. I'm just going to do a replay of that.
Oh, yes, too.
No. Oh, that's bad. He's in the sand trap
come
as well.
around. Yeah. He comes around.
Gross tyres.
I think, now what is this one? This one's the... Oh, yeah, no, he just went to put his... Whoa, he just went straight in. Didn't even spin. He just went straight onto the sand.
Oh, and the mistakes just kill you here.
Yeah.
You burn so much time. Look at that. 5 seconds back to Armands now.
Yeah. Yeah, 26 seconds now behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not a hard, just saw it on the replay.
Yeah.
Very, very easy thing to do there coming out of that corner.
Oh, yeah.
Especially now that the rain has gotten significantly heavier and these guys have all decided to get onto intermediates.
Is it probably too heavy for intermediates?
Wet.
Okay.
It's above the second line, so getting into that blue.
Oh yeah. Oh look, Armands is fish sailing along the straight.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does that in the dry.
Yeah.
Big wiggle from the BMW as it tries to pull it up full of sauce.
It's
Freezy gets it on the gas.
Yeah, Freezy just puts Brutal down a lot.
Oh, yep.
Brutal's like, great, one lap closer
you
to
have to do
having
35 now.
Oh, Freezy's nearly looped it.
Oh, gee.
He's certainly pushing hard for someone who's doesn't really
he
need
doesn't
to.
have to.
It's he only knows one speed. That's what's got him to where he is now. Oh, he's sideways again.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice sideways. I think he's just doing that to have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Nothing like drifting around some corners.
Swinger was out sideways. Nux is down the outside. Swinger lets him go. Yeah, nice.
Is that worth a replay?
Nux is on the high line. He's taking the go-kart line around the hairpin.
Yeah, Freezy's just lighting up the rear tyres of that Supra everywhere. He comes down.
He's doing a bit of rally driving.
Just getting it stepped out. Yeah, he's sideways all over the place. Big step out there. Just the snappiness of that Supra.
Might be worth having a look inside.
Pay for its top speed. Not the easiest car to drive in the slippery conditions, but he seems to be doing okay.
Oh, what happened to Nux? What happened to Nux? He's gone off again, has he?
Oh, has he?
He must have. He's gone down to fourth.
Oh, Armands has got by too.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's see if we can see the replay. Oh yeah, he did. We've just caught the end of it. He looks like he's... It didn't look like he went off unless he spun, but there seemed to be... he was just sitting still.
Swinger in second place. So the two Supras in first and second, followed by the big Bavarian BMW, and then the other German car in amongst them, the Mercedes, in there for fourth place with Nux. Uthrolik in the McLaren. This is a good fight back from Uthrolik. He's fought his way back up to fifth place. So he's had a good fight back. MCDC also good fight back here, back to sixth. He's got damage. Who's got damage? So wrestler.
Nux has got damage.
Might have been talking about Nux.
Yeah.
Would have cleared by now. So we head into the tail end of this race. The rain continues to come down and Freezy continues to step the Super out sideways.
I want to see that from inside the car.
It's just...
Oh, it's that rain's coming down bloody hard.
Actually, his window wipers have slowed down now. They were really quick for a time.
What's the points difference between P2 and P3 in the championship at the moment?
3. P2 and 3.
points. Yeah, P2 and P3, yeah.
Whoa. Oh, Farizi's. Oh, no, he's corrected that one okay. He almost went off the track there.
Yeah, right.
See, puddles are starting to form, a big slide.
Oh, P2 and P3 is 9 points between them.
And who's in P3, sorry?
Brutal. But then there's...
Brutal.
But then Stefko...
Okay.
Stefko's 3 points behind Brutal. But Stefko's not racing, is he?
Yeah.
No. So, yeah, okay. So MCDC in fifth is 6 points behind Brutal for that, for the podium.
Looks like Swinger's going to get his wish. He said the other day that he all he wants to do is make sure he beats Baker Boy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
At this point,
At this stage,
mission accomplished.
yeah.
This is almost heavy wet tyre weather, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the end of the race, but it just lose too much in the end, I think.
I don't know. I guess it just depends, like, how much you can get. There's certainly an advantage when the rain is really heavy to being on the full wets.
Yeah.
You can definitely pick up some time. As long as you don't have to run them on a dry track.
Yeah, and that's the challenge. You're going to have to, because as it starts to dry out, it's still too wet and sleek for a period of the lap or so.
Armin's getting harassed by Nux now. Just drives on by. I think there might have been a lift associated there.
Just looking back through to see if there's any other battles. Baker and MCDC having a battle for P6. MCDC 6. Still a second and a half between them.
See, Zeus just made that. He made that one mistake. Just putting the intermediates on when he should have stayed on the slick tyre, and it just dropped him. He was right up in podium positions.
Yeah.
Then it's just dropped him back to 8th. So yeah, tyres at the right time is the key to success, I think, around here.
Still on the lead lap though, so if he
Yep.
can time his run to slicks right, he'll potentially make up some time. And if you're down the back, do you maybe take a gamble on short field, do a stint on softs, then come and do some mediums to the end or something like that?
Yeah, the pit loss is so long here, but I just don't. I think you got to minimise the amount of pit stops you make,
Yeah.
because you're not going to make up 2 minutes worth of time on soft tyres over 16 laps.
I'm just looking at his fuel window though. What are we on, lap 23? his field. Oh no, he will get squeak enough out of it to fuel to the end probably.
There's definitely a dry line starting to form, so the intermediate tyres are going to start to like these conditions.
Yeah. It's for easies, you have to almost a 30-second lead. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swinger 6.5 seconds back to Nux from Swinger. So King Sandbagger from Div 2 has really put in a great performance here, as well as Div 3 driver Armans here all the way up in 4th place. And it's only going to take a mistake from one of the other guys in front, and he might get elevated to a podium position. So,
which will give him
running it to the end as they will start to hunt for water on the track to keep those tyres nice and cool.
Yeah, so Armans is only chasing 16 points for a to get in the to be in the cash. So. But that's hoping that Brutal gets no points at all. So, yeah, I think he might be chasing a bit more than that.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a hard one, I reckon.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I calculated it wrong. It's 18 points.
Not quite enough drivers in here for that.
Not
so
quite.
We have to... you never know. There could be a sudden internet failure or a power outage, or
imagine if you got imagine if you got penalised enough to drop you down sort of 20 points. You got 4 Cat 5 penalties. That's what Armans is hoping for.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, actually. You got to take into account penalties as well, so anything's possible. But
good thing is we've seen some pretty clean racing this whole time. So
definitely.
Yeah,
there hasn't been much carnage to report on that hasn't been self-inflicted.
No, that's right.
So.
They're a lot quicker now, aren't they?
And I think it's mostly been race on anyway, which is good, I think. As long as it's not too far over the line, it all works out in the end.
The gap from Swinger to Nux
it's closing slowly.
This lap. So
actually, slowly. No, there was
3 seconds.
3 seconds this lap, yeah.
And Nux has got a little bit of a fuel advantage, plus his tyres. They're just that bit fresher as well, that 1 lap fresher tyre as well. Which, pays dividends as you get further into this stint.
You'll notice the guys now all starting to hunt for the still water on the track to try and keep the tyres cool and make them last a little bit longer. So they're going to have to get to... Well, they could probably start thinking about coming in any lap now.
Yeah,
so
I think...
we're 10 laps from the end. That's definitely within the fuel window. So it's going to be who wants to be the bravest.
To jump
I think
on
you'll see Armans come in this lap. Baker's in.
Baker's the first one to pull the trigger.
So he's going to try and do 11 laps, do you think, on...
mediums, yeah.
In the McLaren? Yeah, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
He comes out in front of Brutal.
Even the Porsche, you can quite easily do 11 plus.
You might not be able to do that in the Supra and the Mercedes or the BMW, but...
That said, if you're having a battle, the tyres are starting to scream a bit towards the end, though.
We're just watching Baker take some fuel now.
Oh, he's out wide. That might be a penalty for Freezy. He's gotten away with it. Looks like he might have just gotten away with that one. That was out quite wide there.
Just looking to see how Baker goes when he comes out of the pits. Pits. Is it quite wet still, do we think? Pits.
As
He's done
Nux
that.
and
He's done
Swinger
that nicely.
are battling here. See what these guys are going to do. They're going to come into the pits. They're going to stay out. I think Swinger's definitely going to come into the pits.
I'd say Nux will do another lap.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Surprised.
They both took 85 litres, didn't they, when they both went in? Oh,
No,
look at that.
both going around again.
No, yeah.
That's surprising. I would have thought Swinger, with how bad those front tyres are, he just gets driven past.
I think he's just looking for that little bit of tyre advantage. And look at Armand's. He's going around again. He's front left and both fronts actually. Almost gone.
Yeah, the front tyres are screaming on that BMW. You're lucky to get around this lap.
Oh, these two going. Yeah, they're just going to... What are they doing? They're just going to try and get it down to 9 laps. 9 laps on a tank of gas. Is that what the Toyota and the Mercedes need?
Yeah, I think so. MCDC in.
Great
Mercedes.
recovery by MCDC there.
Yeah,
Up to P6 before he pitted. Yeah.
Massive fuel advantage over Zoo.
Oh, yeah, look at
So
that.
he'll maintain that spot.
Yeah.
Just depends on when Baker Boy comes around.
Oh, hey,
He's got his 40-second lead. Just
You know what we haven't
chilling
done?
out the front there.
we
haven't we done?
haven't spoken about our sponsor.
Oh, I think we'll probably just do that.
We'll do that at the end.
Race. Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
I was going to say, I think we've spoken about him enough. In P3 there.
Les Rollins Conveyancing for all your house conveyancing, property conveyancing needs in the Western Australian area. Contact Les Rollins Consulting. There we go.
It's for easy.
Are you reading that now? Oh, okay.
No.
We'll do that after,
you.
yeah.
Mate. Like, I'm a professional.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just
Pretty good off the
straight
dome.
off the dome.
So Farizi's gone in.
I think these guys will probably be following him in as well. I know definitely Swinger might be regretting that one extra lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Armands is.
Although now he can
Yeah,
send it.
no front tyre left. He's going to be lucky to get this pulled up into the chicane
Oh, wow.
as the dogs go mental.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely
Into the
been
pit
delicate on
lane.
those tyres.
Yeah.
Oh, he just made
Struggling
it.
to
Yeah.
turn. Oh, well done, Ammons.
Even the dog got excited.
They did.
Yeah.
Freezy
Oh,
out.
Freezy's back
On
out.
medium tyres with enough fuel to get to the end. 9 laps. Tiptoes.
Oh, he's
Tiptoes
yeah.
around
Oh,
the...
really is.
he's
That
just
was-
de-risked it. Just,
Yeah. That
as
was
you
a
would.
very, very risk adverse there.
yeah,
Being very conservative.
that's quite smart. You know, you got
Yeah.
a massive lead. There's no need to go to your point earlier about how hard you got to push.
Yeah, he doesn't have to take any risks.
Yeah.
See how
There's
the other guys...
MCDC. Ah, he's still coming into the final
See
sector.
how the other guys approach it. Probably with a little less caution. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Nux is through there. Swinger's through. Armand's on his way out. Hydraulic's on his way out.
yeah, MCDC's coming into turn 1 now, so he's made a had a big
Armand's
game.
got another penalty. Not liking pit lane Armand's.
Oh no.
no.
Perhaps not enough practice on pit lane exit and entry as required. That is going to put him.
Whoa.
Oh, just go on the replay there with MCDC.
Oh yeah, I know we saw that. Yeah, no, we did. We saw it. So yeah, that was definitely a
great save.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, his Brutal's around. He's doing 360.
Oh, is he? Where is he?
Yeah, I think he might have hit the green stuff off the curve.
Oh, should we
just rotated?
Should we watch that replay?
Have a look.
So now, caution is going to be the name of the game here for our race leader. 30-second gap.
Oh, yeah, on the green stuff.
Main rival.
Oh, that's a nice little pirouette. And it stays on track.
MCDC's got past Straws. Straws had an off. He's had a mistake.
Oh, Straws off.
Yeah,
Should we watch that one again?
In the drying track.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
MCDC up to P5. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice
that was pretty rough.
MCDC.
As Armins is about to take his 3-second penalty.
Not going to be enough for MCDC to get past him, but it's definitely going to close the gap. Wait for the next timing sector to see how far MCDC needs to finish third to catch Brutal. So Wrestler says in the chat, so someone's been doing the math.
Yeah, he's 6 points behind.
So MCDC will be on a big charge up the leaderboard to try and get that done. Gonna be a big ask for easy half-second penalty.
Yeah, and Zoo's on the soft tyre. I think he's the only soft runner at the moment, isn't he?
Oh,
yeah, he's gonna soft run it.
Yeah, interesting.
So can you make the
different strategies?
He's going sideways. Can you make the soft tyres last a few extra laps if you just dip them in the wet every once in a while?
Yeah, but not. You can't get them to last.
Oh, okay. It's still not going to last. Okay.
Well,
I'd imagine.
You'd just be driving on rims by the end.
Yeah.
Is MCDC's got a half-second penalty. He does have about 2 seconds back to Straw though, so it's Baker's closing in on Straw as well.
Oh yeah.
But that little group there between 7 and 5 is going to tighten up a bit with that half-second penalty for MCDC.
Closest battle for track at the moment is MCDC, Youth Rollick and Baker.
Yeah.
They're in a little cluster and... Oh no, Baker! Hold on to it! Oh, nice save.
Who was that?
Oh.
MCDC, have a look at that. Replay.
Alright, let's watch that one.
I think he's off to the dry cleaners after that one.
That was him poo on as well, so...
Yeah.
You know what he's done? He's poo on himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a nice sideways. Oh, that was good. Yeah, he held on to that one beautifully. I think he's on a controller.
Oh, I was going to say Baker was past, so he had some sort of lag glitch there, I think, going on.
He's spiking around all over the place on my screen.
Oh, yeah.
So.
He was past Straw, he was behind, he was fast.
Oh, yeah.
It is very disconcerting on track when that is happening.
Yeah. To Straw, is he close enough to MCDC? No.
No.
Half second. Whoa. Oh yeah, Baker's like...
Baker boy's doing a Tombo.
I'll message Mrs. Baker and suggest she turns off the Netflix for a bit.
Yeah. Stop streaming. You know, stop streaming the F1 and wait till the race is finished. Baker boy.
As long as Straw doesn't look in the rear vision, right? He'll be putting you off.
It's the worst thing because sometimes they just pop out in front of you and then they're behind you. And it's very disconcerting. Oh, excuse me. Oh, very disconcerting.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like following almonds when he's right out sideways. You think he's going to crash, so
Yeah.
you brake, and then he actually floors off down the road, and you think, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He straightens up just like that.
Yeah, the joys of controller driving,
Yeah.
where you can just snap that steering back to full lock in 0.2 of a second. It's
I mean, you can imagine.
the advantage the controller guys get, and the disadvantage is they usually chew through their tyres quite a bit quicker.
Yeah, that changed, didn't it? A few updates ago.
It's not as bad as it once was, but it's
Yeah.
they still do. And it's usually because of the being able to increase your steering angle at a higher speed, because they're generally getting a lot more scrub on their front tyres,
Right.
because they've got a lot more lock. Steering lock on the cars a lot sooner than a wheel driver.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a question for you. At this point, lap 30, 6 laps to go, would you, you and Nux, would you consider coming in, putting some softs on, and try and get the fastest lap? And make up the 2 spots still, you reckon? In hope that something happens at the front?
He's not gonna fall to third.
Yeah.
Because Brutal's in third currently. So it might be worth it.
Yeah.
A couple of laps from the end, like 3-4 laps from the end.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
low fuel.
yeah, just get that extra point.
But you're still going to lose the points to get that extra point. If he loses one position to Swinger, and he'd probably lose a position to Almonds too.
Yeah, it would be hard to get that time
But,
back.
but it's the glory.
Yeah, true.
It's the glory of the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Mind you, though, 19.2. It's not going to be
It's
that easy to topple, though.
Yeah. Although, we've seen both of them do 17s in practice.
Oh,
so,
wow.
It wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility.
Now, here's a question. Can you guys remember what the prize money is?
It's $500 per division, I think.
$500 shared.
I'll have a quick look
300,
now.
300, 200, 100.
Oh, right. Yep. That would be 6.
If I remember correctly.
I'll have a
6.
quick look now.
300, 200, 100 adds up to 600.
300, 200, 100,
I'll bring it up.
300.
I'll bring it up quickly now and have a look.
250, 150, 100.
That's
I don't
in
know.
sugar. Yeah, 250 for the winner, 150
yeah.
for second, and 100 for third. So
There you go.
Nice. So for Farisi, he'll be getting, I think that works out to about 18 million.
Yep.
No, actually, what did I bought some Indonesian dollars. I think I was buying, I think we were getting like just under $1,000 worth, and it ended up being 8 million.
Yep.
And I'm walking around through South Auckland with 8 million in my pocket. Not worried at all.
Yep. Well, Farisi will be the first wheel-to-wheel millionaire.
Yeah.
gee, the battle's on for P5. Straw's closed right in on the back of MCDC there.
He's gotten a great run out of the chicane.
MCDC moves it over, as you would.
Down into the sauce. There's Baker Boy glitches all over the place again.
But he's
Yeah,
right
two
there.
McLarens are side by side going through Ratty. Oh no, Baker Boy thinks better of it. McLaren is very fast up through this section.
MCDC got just a little bit loose up the hill there.
But we know he can
Straw's going
take
to
it.
take to the outside.
Pulls out. Is he? Yeah, he's going to be able to get past.
Yeah.
MCDC's got the inside line though. Does he late break? No.
Oh, straws. Let's Baker Boy through.
Yeah.
Got a bit excited on the brake pedal.
And once you go off, even though it hasn't rained for a few laps, that green stuff just
Yeah.
still
Very
get
well
you.
not to rotate that car in
Yeah.
the infield there. Very
A couple of laps
slippery.
ago, you would have.
5 laps to go. Breezy's out in front, cruising along. Medium tyres, got plenty of fuel. Just doing his thing in the Supra. We have Nux in the Mercedes. WeatherTech Laguna Seca Mercedes. EJ Swinger in the GR Supra. They're in third. Then we have Armands in the BMW M-Spec Sketches BMW M6. Then we've got our biggest battle on track at the moment. We have MCDC in the Mercedes, Baker Boy in the McLaren.
Iron Lynx.
And
MCDC's
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
MCDC's out, brake himself. And the Logitech. Oh, hydraulic. Got a bit excited on the loud pedal and almost looped it coming out of the chicane. But Baker Boy has moved through to 5th.
Yeah, you'll be wondering what could have been with
Yeah.
that time mistake at the start. You know, minute 23 from the lead, so without that one, he's only got 16 seconds to Armands in P4 there. So.
Zoo's back in 8th there. Gonna have to stop in the next few. Oh, he stops right now. Just gonna say, gonna have to stop in the next lap or so.
And the Toyotas, 2 on the podium so far. So 2 Supras.
Mm.
Yeah. 2 Supras and a Mercedes. Armands is good. It's a great showing for the King Peanut.
Yeah,
Fourth
absolutely.
place. He's done everything right. Led the race at the start for quite a few laps and has really shown some class here to be in the top 5 in this field. Very, very strong field here with Farisi, Nux, Swinger, Baker and MCDC. For Armands to be showing this much class in this field, it's very impressive. So congratulations to the big King Peanut.
Yeah, well done.
Couple of penalties, but apart from that, he's had a pretty clean run, really, hasn't he? Seen any sort of major ops, which I think's half the secret.
I think he's quite enjoyed that Beamer this season, isn't he?
Yeah, he drove it in the regular season as well, I believe.
Yeah.
And put it to good use. Freezy's off.
Freezy's off.
In the grass. Oh, he's kept it. He's kept it together.
Oh, he's caught it. Is it worth a replay?
Yeah, definitely worth a replay. He
All
nearly
right,
looped
let's
it.
see that one.
It's come out of that little.
Coming around. Oh yeah,
They've
oh
got on the
yeah.
AstroTurf and
Gets
just
the
shot
AstroTurf
him
straight
over
onto the grass. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, he's recovered quite nicely though. He's just going to have dirty tyres.
Straws around.
Oh
I was
no.
just about to say he's within a second of MCDC again. But he just rotated out of turn 1. Because
See how he
MCDC
went
is right on the
through.
back of Baker Boy again.
Oh yeah, he basically followed. Oh, I know how that feels. Yeah, it looked like MCDC went a bit sideways and Straw just went a bit more sideways. Oh, wrong button.
Three laps to go.
Quite a sizable lead for Easy's got, isn't he?
35 seconds. The little off didn't really cost him very much time, only 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So, Nux, and then 5-second gap back to Swinger, and then a 30-second gap back to Almonds. And then Baker and MCDC are the 2 closest drivers on track. Uthrolic, after that little lose, has dropped back. Zoo on the soft tyre.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to recover, unfortunately. He's got back to P8, but...
Still ahead of Brutal, but he's a minute 16. Minute 16 back from Uthrolic.
Yeah.
And nearly 3 minutes back from the lead. So, he would be a lap down as well.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Uthrolic is the last driver on the lead lap. Looks of it.
MCDC just went a little deep there. He's closing in on Baker Boy again with the chicane, but just lost a little bit of time there, down second.
The way MCDC is throwing that car around, it's making me question my choice of the Mercedes. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to correct those. You might hear a bit of swearing in the chat.
Yeah, short shifting is going to be your best friend, mate.
Yeah. Oh, you reckon a
It
one-stop?
was an interesting car choice that Nux went with Mercedes, actually. I thought he might have went to Porsche.
What? No, I thought he would have went the Supra.
Yeah, Supra or Porsche, yeah.
I think you want to make sure that it wasn't a one-make. Actually, it's a car... Is there any car that wasn't chosen? What were the choices again? Porsche's
they're all
shown.
represented.
Yeah, they're all there, that's good. We've got a Porsche, we've got a...
Got a couple of McLarens.
Couple of McLarens, yeah.
Got a Beamer, got a Mercedes, a couple of Toyotas.
Just one Beamer, eh? With the almonds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd changed cars too. I think originally he planned to go the Porsche, but then after doing a few laps in the wet in the BMW, he thought, I'll stay with this, like he had for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I planned to use the Porsche as well, and then I remembered it sucks at the last chicane. And decided to go with the McLaren instead.
Yeah, I just remember when we did a season in the Porsche, and I just think it sucked that whole season. So I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to get back in a Porsche.
Oh, but you're the MR king now. You're Mr. Ferrari.
Oh, I love that Ferrari.
Yeah.
I really should have chosen the McLaren, shouldn't I?
Should have.
Yeah.
Not too late.
Well, I also had a season in the McLaren, which I also sucked at, but that was because it was my first season. I think Daytona was the only good one we had, eh, Neil? Well, the good one I had.
Yeah, that was a interesting season, that one in the McLaren. It seemed to suit some of the tracks, especially Daytona.
I think the highlight for me in that season was trying to go into the pits and then hitting a wall and being ejected out of the pits right into almonds. And then he was not happy.
He wasn't too thrilled, was he?
No, he was not. There was a
couple
lot
of character references.
Yeah. I didn't really know him back then too, so I felt really bad.
Doesn't sound like the King Peanut that I know.
I remember he looped it too at Daytona that time when we were all
trying
to go as a train, and then
right at the end,
his tyre there was a bit worse than us and looped it. Then you didn't take the win either. We were both slower, and I was trying to give you the win.
Yeah.
That was horrible. That race. That was the oval race.
Yeah.
With the Mercedes. That was terrible.
Yeah, I remember that.
Thing was so slow. But so we come down to start the final lap. Farisi, 36-second gap back to Nux. 8 seconds back to Swinger, 27 seconds back to Almonds, and then you've got Baker Boy and NCDC having a battle for the 5th and 6th. You've got your Throlic, who's dropped back to 7th, Zoo, who will be on his
34th lap at the moment. He'll do 35. Yeah.
He'll do 35.
Oh, Zoo just got fastest lap.
18.7. Well, that's going to annoy Farisi, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You'll be smiling at that.
Yeah.
Tough dive, but fastest lap. That's good.
That's all right.
Got something out of the race.
That's right.
Farisi is... Oh, he's got a little bit of fuel problem. I reckon he's going to be okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, that is a little bit. How you doing?
A little bit ass puckering.
Yeah.
You don't want to do a Viper at Sardinia.
Oh, no. God, I was so close to getting past you too.
That bonus point is going to prove very interesting, especially in 2, I think. That point doesn't sound much, but 1 point's worth a lot.
Yeah, 1 point, it's basically it's a position.
Yeah, it's a position on track.
That's going to put him... he's still going to be...
Yeah, just...
he's 3 points behind Baker and Swinger.
Yeah.
So that 1 point's not going to help him.
Come down onto the back straight now with Reezy. Come down into the chicane, and he's going to take another race victory. He's really shown the field a fair bit of class this season, especially in the Dash for Cash.
Yeah.
He has really proven to be the class of the field. He comes down into the chicane.
He can roll it home at this rate.
Fumes,
yeah.
And it doesn't really matter if he runs out or not, he'll still get across the line. Comes across the line. Congratulations to Republic of Speed.
Well done, Farisi.
Division
great job.
1, Les Rawlins Conveyancing Dash for Cash champion.
Absolutely.
Congratulations as we wait to come across the line. Yeah, we've got a 40-second gap. He's really hosed the field here. Showing them an absolute clean pair of heels. It's
waving to the crowd as he drives past.
Drive. Yellow flags are waving there. Someone's had an incident. As we Zoo goes across the line and finishes his race. And then Nux comes across the line to second place, and he will take out second place in the Dash for Cash. DJ Swinger, great podium effort.
Nicely done, Swinger.
Line there.
Good on you, Les.
I wonder if that's going to
put... Dash for Cash. Podium in the last race. Armans is going to come around and take a very, very impressive 4th position in the BMW. Great drive there from the King Peanut. Very impressive. Led the race early and has just maintained a really good, clean drive and gotten a really good result. Brutal's going to come across the line for 9th and finish his race as well.
I tell you what, Baker's just got just enough fuel as well to cross the line.
Oh, yeah? With MCDC hot on his heels.
He's picked up a half-second penalty, so that'll translate into a full-second penalty at the end of the race.
Yeah.
And Hydraulic is going to come across the line in 7th, out of fuel.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to the Republic of Speed. Farisi there for a great race, and congratulations on winning, barring any weird final adjudication by the officials and scrutineers, making sure his car gets weighed correctly.
8 positions.
Yeah.
Not gonna do a Ferrari and have the car underweight.
Yeah.
But barring final judgments there by the scrutineers, but it was a pretty clean drive. Pretty safely say that Farisi has done it. He's taken out the inaugural Les Rawlins Conveyancing Dash for Cash, and congratulations to him. Congratulations also to Nux for taking out second, and I believe Brutal has maintained his 3rd place position in the podium. I'll have to do some quick math and check that.
I could probably... How many points was first? Could probably do it if you wanted. If you want me to chuck it in there. What do we got? Farisi gets 16 points.
You do that.
13
I
points.
bring up the Les Rawlins Conveyancing blurb, and we can.
Oh yeah, okay.
We can finish on that. But you go ahead and work that out, and I will find it.
All right. I don't have enough screens.
Let me read this out. So we have a great sponsor for this series, as part of the series here. And just like to say thank you very much to our sponsor. Our major sponsor is Les Rawlins and Les Rawlins Conveyancing. Les Rawlins Conveyancing is a boutique licensed settlement agent in Western Australia with 25 years of experience in the settlement industry. Whether you live internationally or overseas, and you are buying or selling property in Western Australia, Les Rawlins Conveyancing is your trusted settlement agent. Western Australia's property laws are extremely different to other states, and you should always use a settlement agent based in WA who is knowledgeable on all aspects of relevant legislation in Western Australia. Please visit his website www.lrcwa.au for information regarding Les Rawlins Conveyancing and all types of property transactions that can be performed on your behalf. Congratulations to all the people who have had anything to do with this season, and we look forward to getting back to it next season.
Yeah, be interesting to see what happens after Dash for Cash. What do we?
It's been a great season, and thanks again to all the sponsors and Les there for. I think this Dash for Cash has been a great initiative.
Embroidery and AMS Excavation.
Yep.
It's great. We have sponsors that let us do these great, interesting races. So yeah, congratulations to all the participants. And now it's our turn, guys.
That's right.
Half an hour to get ready.
On the Div 2.
Is there a stream? I don't actually know if there is a stream, but Armin's might be chucking a stream up. We don't know.
Not sure.
Possibly.
But, if there is, jump on and watch it, because it'll be fun.
Yeah. Jump on. We'll make it interesting for you. Watch how many times they loop. You can put some money on it.
Yeah, we can go over and unders for how many times sugar comes off track.
That's right.
3 points separate the top three, so it's guaranteed to be a cracker race.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute doozy.
Yeah.
Of the Div 2 guys. And, hopefully we'll see you guys there. So good night and congratulations, and thank you for a great season.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, and we will see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, see you after the school holidays.
That's right. Alrighty. Later.